Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English news edition. Here are the top stories. The head of state addressed a solemn speech, a message of brotherhood, hope, and commitment to the future of our country. And now, in the Hajj 2025, on the 90th day of the Hijjah, thousands of pilgrims from across the globe. And for the international news, the United States addressed their veto on the Commission of the UN. The details now. Tomorrow, the Muslim world will celebrate Eid al-Adha, a day dedicated to faith, sacrifice, and solidarity. May this holiday be a source of peace and blessings for all. Eid Mubarak to you all. It is in this spirit that on this sacred day of Eid al-Adha, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, addressed the nation in a solemn speech, a message of brotherhood, hope, and commitment to the future of our country. Discover it exclusively upon its official announcement. And I quote, "It is with great joy that I address you all, extending my sincerest congratulations and warmest wishes, praying to the Most High Allah, the Almighty, to allow us, our beloved country and the entire Islamic Ummah to witness this day again in prosperity, success, and divine blessings." Eid al-Adha reminds us of the eternal values upon which our noble religion is founded: sacrifice, faith, patience, and solidarity. These are values we need now more than ever in an age marked by challenges, an era that demands firmness in principles and sincerity in determination. In this moment of reverence, we extend our heartfelt greetings and congratulations to the pilgrims of the sacred house who stood upon the noble Mount Arafah in an atmosphere of devotion and supplication, seeking God's mercy and striving of His acceptance. We ask Allah the Almighty to accept their pilgrimage, to return them safely to their homelands, forgive their sins, and purify their hearts. He is indeed the Most High Allah, the All-Hearing, the Almighty, worthy of responding to all prayers. We also extend our special greetings filled with love and prayer to our resilient brothers and sisters in Palestine, the land of Al-Isra and Al-Mi'raj, who with unshakable patience confront the machinery of repression and aggression, and who pay each day the price of dignity and pride. To them we send our salute of honor, our unwavering support, and our heartfelt prayers that God may protect them, support them, and ease their suffering until their legitimate aspiration for freedom and independence and a secure life on their blessed land are fulfilled. Dear citizens, during these blessed days, we remember the greatness of sacrifice and the spirit of responsibility, renewing our commitment to remain faithful to this homeland, striving for its glory, working as a united team, firmly upholding our values and dedicated to building a brighter future for our children and the generations to come. On this special occasion, I reaffirm my pride in each one of you for your sincere efforts, your sense of responsibility, your belonging, and your dedication. You are the pillar of our nation, and with you we will continue our journey with confidence and determination. I pray to Allah to make this Eid a day of joy and peace for all, to accept your righteous deeds, to bless your time, to forgive us all, and to grant us honesty in our words and deeds. Eid Mubarak, may each year find you in good health. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you.
ويرزقنا السداد في القول والعمل. عيد سعيد وكل عام وأنتم بخير والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
And now telegrams, as is customary ahead of Eid al-Adha. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Al-Hajj Ismail Omar Guelleh, has received telegrams of congratulation from his Muslim counterparts, conveying their wishes for success and achievement, as well as hopes for progress, development, and prosperity for the Djiboutian people. In their messages, the President Guelleh, many Muslim leaders paid heartfelt tribute to the President of the Republic of Djibouti, describing as a permanent haven of peace and tranquility. May Almighty God continue to bestow His blessing upon the Republic of Djibouti in its steadfast pursuit of serving as a vital bridge between this region and other geographical and economic zones. Read some of the telegram received by the head of state. On the occasion of the Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Kabir, President Al-Hajj Ismail Margeli also sent similar message to his fellow Muslim leaders and their respective peoples. Please accept my most sincere wishes for health and happiness, as well as well-being, prosperity and fulfillment for your people. President Gelo wrote in each of these telegrams. We also used the opportunity to express the hope for a meaningful decline in the tensions of the entrenched conflict in our world, often fueled by cultural, identity-based and religious divisions. And now in Djibouti, on the 90th day of Dhul Hijjah, thousands of pilgrims from across the globe, including several hundred from Djibouti, gathered on the plain of Arafah, marking one of the most spiritually profound moments of the Islamic pilgrimage. Under a blazing sun and in a deeply reflective atmosphere, Djiboutian pilgrims, dressed in the white garments of Ihram, raised their hands toward the sky. At Arafat, the spiritual pinnacle of Hajj, they prayed, supplicated, and asked for God's forgiveness, posing in their journey for a moment of purification and spiritual renewal. With the fervor and humility, our fellow citizens expressed their joy, gratitude, and immense pride at being part of one of the largest gatherings of faith in the world. Supported by Djibouti's official Hajj delegation, the pilgrims received full logistical and medical assistance throughout their journey from Mina to Arafah. Doctors, religious guides, and officials from the Ministry of Muslim Affairs and Waqf are on hand to ensure their safety and well-being. إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك الله. And now we're coming back to Djibouti. The city is alive with excitement, just one day away from the day of the Eid al-Adha. A wave of enthusiasm and spiritual fervor is sweeping through the streets, transforming the city into a vibrant festival of color, love, laughter, and last-minute preparations. Markets and boutiques are buzzing as people rush to finalize their plans. Men and women and children flood the streets, each one search of the perfect outfit to shine on the big day tomorrow. Tailors are hard at work, putting the final touches on garments destined to dazzle. Children try on their new clothes with wide smiles, while proud parents exchange knowing glances, honoring the cherished tradition of dressing up for Eid al-Kabir. And now in Balbala, the sacred celebration of Eid al-Adha also brings with a surge in activity at the Balbala livestock market, which is experiencing a significant afflux of cattle, sheep, and goats. Everyday vehicles unload their livestock cargo, turning the market into a lively scene where tradition, commerce, and festive culture converge. This massive arrival of animals highlights the importance of this period for both breeders and buyers looking to find healthy animals for the Eid celebration. Vendors, well aware of the stakes, have carefully prepared their livestock in anticipation of this religious event. And now, as with every Eid celebration, the entire National Police Force has been fully mobilized for several evenings to ensure the safety and well-being of the population. From Mahmoud Harbi Square, which during this period sees an enormous crowd of shoppers, to the city's major roads and avenues, police officials were deployed nightly to ensure that Djiboutians could carry out their shopping in peace. Public beaches and popular gathering spots were also closely monitored, with officers patrolling these areas to maintain order and safety for citizens. This comprehensive security arrangement is intended not only to protect people and property, but also to allow Djibouti citizens to enjoy the Eid festivity with peace of mind and in full serenity. now, yesterday morning, the Minister of the Interior and the Minister of Environment, accompanied by the Prefect of the region of the Tajura region, visited the site of the recent forest fire in the Day Forest. The visit aimed to directly assess the situation and coordinate efforts and contain the blaze. Upon arrival, the authorities found that Colonel Ali Shahim, commander of Tajura Inter-Armed Regiment, along with his troops, had already managed to significantly control the spread of the fire. Praising effective mobilization, the Prefect and the Minister of the Interior nevertheless decided to strengthen firefighting operation by deploying a helicopter to ensure the rapid transport of fire extinguisher and essential equipment to the firefighting teams already on the ground. Regional Gendarmerie Commander, accompanied by a team of judicial police officers, launched an investigation to determine the cause of the fire. The swift and coordinated response made it possible to effectively control the fire, preventing more extensive damage to this vital regional ecosystem. However, some protected species of flora and fauna, such as Francola and juniper trees, were inevitably affected by the blaze. And now this prompt and well-being coordinated response enabled the effective containment of the wildfire, significantly limiting its spread and preventing, said the Ministry of Environment. He also added, nevertheless, several protected species of flora and fauna, most notably the Francola and the endemic juniper tree, were inevitably impacted by the blaze, highlighting the ecological sensitivity of the area and the urgent need for sustained conservation efforts. And now the Ministry of the Interior, Mr. Syed Noor Hassan, emphasized that the government remains firmly committed to the protection of the environment and urged all relevant authorities and the public to maintain heightened vigilance. This is crucial to the preventing any possible rekindling of the fire, particularly given the presence of the persistent embers combined with strong winds, which could easily lead to a renewed outbreak. And now, yesterday at the People's Palace, the National Commission for the Prevention and Fight Against Corruption signed cooperation protocols with several civil society organizing during an official ceremony. Among the signatories were the National Council of Civil Society, the NGO Bendir Jadid, the Association Youth Movement United and Indivisible, and the NGO Peace and Milk. This commitment represents a major strengthening of cooperation between the Commission, the National Commission, the civil society groups engaged in the fight against corruption. The agreement aimed to enhance the prevention and combat of corruption, promote transparency and good governance, and encourage citizen involvement. In closing, the President stressed that only the concrete application of this commitment will ensure effective corruption prevention. The President Badriya Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim highlighted the fundamental role of education and awareness in curbing the scourge and underscoring the need for targeted action to strengthen a culture of integrity and awaken civic consciousness. The ceremony concluded with a strong collective commitment symbolized by the ratification of the agreements and commemorated by a group photo of all participants representing their shared determination to reinforce cooperation and fight corruption effectively. Closing ceremony of the International Training Session for Investigation Director and Forensic Identification Technician. On Wednesday, Mr. Abakar, Deputy Attorney General, presided over the joint closing ceremony of the International Training Sessions. The ceremony gathered numerous high-ranking officials, including the Prefect of the Arta region, the President of the Arta Regional Council, the Prefect of the Arta region, and the President of the Regional Council of Arta, the first Counselor of the French Ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, Chief of Staff of the National Gendarmerie, Security and Defense Attaché from the Turkish Embassy, Director General of the DPCR, Mr. Abdi Ibrahim Farah. The 35 trainees coming from several African countries in the Indian Ocean region received their diplomas and insignia from the hands of the officials. The ceremony continued with the presentation of gifts to the Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden by the class president before concluding with the traditional group photo. And now, after the recitation of the Holy Quran, the president of the two graduating classes took turns to speak, highlighting the high quality of the training provided by the EITPG, as well as the institution's major role in strengthening professional skills and fostering cooperation between African countries. They also expressed their gratitude to the authority for attending despite their busy schedules. And now the acting director of the EITPG, Captain Abdurrahman Osman Ismail, presided the dedication and commitment of the trainees, highlighting the intensity and rigor of the two training programs. He also reiterated the EITPG's mission to enhance the skills of security professionals from Djibouti's partners countries with the constant support of local international institutions. Finally, in his closed speech, Mr. Abakar Ahmed Dubed emphasized the importance of the cooperation among African professionals, focusing on investigation practices based on the collection of material evidence rather than confessions. He concluded by urging the trainees to maintain exemplary conduct in their security roles and encourage them to apply what they have learned by sharing their knowledge with their respective colleagues. And now, as part of anti-smuggling efforts, the Ali Sabih Customs Brigade, in collaboration with the Ali Sabih Police Detachment, intercepted a large quantity of smuggled goods near the outskirts of Ali Sabih town. The seized merchandise, totaling an estimated 2,600 kilograms of cat, was attended by smugglers to be transported to the capital. Following standards procedure, the confiscated goods were destroyed on site in the presence of Mr. Mohammed Mumin Hassan, chief of the Ali Sabih Customs Brigade. In the north now, on June 3rd, 2025, the official launch workshop for the project to strengthen community engagement in the fight against malnutrition was held in the meeting room of the Obakh Regional Council. Organized by the Effort Association with technical and financial support from UNICEF, the workshop brought together the president of the Regional Council, the prefecture representative, decentralized services, local civil society organization, and members of beneficiary communities. The workshop aimed to present the project objectives, intervention strategies, and expected outcomes. The project, running from April 2025 to January 2026, will operate in 5 localities of the region: Fantahiru, Ulma, Bosali, Andoli, and Bisidiru. It seeks to improve early detection of malnutrition cases, promote good nutritional practices, and strengthen community accountability. And now for the international news, a draft resolution presented by the United Nations Security Council calling for an immediate ceasefire and humanitarian access in Gaza, where malnutrition is widespread, was rejected after the United States exercised its veto power. The U.S. vetoed the text, which demanded an immediate and lasting ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. 14 of the other 15 council members voted in favor of the resolution. The text described the humanitarian situation in Gaza as catastrophic and called on Israel to lift all restrictions hindering the delivery of humanitarian aid to the 2.1 million Palestinians living in the territory of Gaza. This is it for this 9 p.m. English News Edition. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for more on RTD8 in Mubarak for you.